Tonight's top story, the next best thing in technology.
Therefore David ran and stood over the Philistine, took his sword and drew it out of his sheath, and killed him, and cut off his head with it. And when the Philistines saw that the champion was dead, they fled.
I be slaying giants.
I'm David Holmes, I'm CTO at Leap Motion. We're making next generation 3D motion systems.
Tell me about what we're looking at here.
Here we just we've got a bunch of different demos. We usually start off with something very simple, just some like 2D drawing, and you can see it's fast, it's responsive, but not just in a sort of very broad way, but also in a very fine way. So I can these squares just 1 centimeter, and I can draw something like below in just a few millimeters.
And this is all being powered by basically a demo version of this. Small thing that'll plug into your.
The demo version is nowhere near as good as the final version, but
and how much will it recognize? It'll get 10 fingers.
Yeah, we can get all 10 fingers. We seize the actual shape of your hand. So here's the different fingers. All you can see all the different fingers on my hand, and you can see very very subtle motions. And of course, I can do something like draw some sort of spirals in the air, and then I can rotate around, and you can see everything's in 3D.
Oh wow.
So yeah, since we can track multiple fingers, we can do all the sort of things that are normally sort of associated with touch. And, so you get the really good pinches here. You can do more than one hand, sort of walk around, zoom out, do all sorts of interesting stuff.
And you were saying it's all about dynamic feedback rather than particular gestures. You do
Yeah.
something and it shows you what you're doing as opposed to telling you how to do a certain action.
Yeah, exactly. On the backwards compatible side, any sort of application made for touch just works. This is sort of a famous touch demo, and in this case, there's no actual application. There's no.
I be slaying giants. Slay them giants like David Goliath.
A moment of silence. I was in the jungle amongst them lions and bears. Back against the wall, I stood with no fear.
This is Google's prototype self-driving car, which has been in development for at least 4 years now. Its purpose would to be help elderly people and blind people get from place to place without the hassle of others driving them. There are sensors or radars all around the sides of the car to help detect where other cars and pedestrians are when on the road. Also on top is a camera which anticipates other movement around the car. All this information is then sent to the computer in the car, which commands it what to do, whether stopping, turning, braking from other cars ahead, or driving forward when the light turns green. Google has announced that they have no interest in actually manufacturing cars themselves, but providing this technology so other companies can put this technology in their very own cars. Because of all this new technology, there is really no true set price on what a car like this would actually cost. Google has announced that even with all the sensors and technology that's put into the car alone, it is well over $250,000 worth of technology equipment, and then add on the price of the car itself would give you its true value. So it could be anywhere from $300,000 to $400,000 depending on the model of the car itself.
Technology, the next big thing. Hey, my name is John Freeman, your local technology expert, and I'm here doing this report here on the next big thing, dealing with technology, all the newest and latest technology. You know I have it all here, controller, latest iPhones, MacBook phone. I'm here to give you the report here in my home, as I did a lot of research and studying on what exactly is the next big thing. So I'm here with you live, and I'm going to tell you what that is right now. The highly favored Apple company is making a new iPad that is supposedly the next big thing because of its revolutionary screen and slick specs. Televisions, definitely the next big thing. Television upgrading is definitely becoming very popular in the technology world today. LG may be trying to top Apple with their new OLED TVs. Organic light emitting DO televisions are brighter, more efficient, thinner, and feature better refresh rates and contrast than either LCD or plasma TVs. So Apple better be on the lookout because like LG is trying to bust some moves with these nice TVs. Last but not least, the next big thing to look forward to is phones with projectors in them. How crazy is that, right? LG, they've been working to develop the first phone with a projector made into it. Sounds like a great idea for dealing with a lot of business. The iPhone 5, it was projected to have a built-in projector in it, but you know Apple, they always come up with something mind-blowing the next iPhone. Once again, this is John Freeman, and this is my report on technology, the next big thing. I'm out.
This is Brian Gannon with PlayStation 4 Breaking News. PlayStation has released its official specs and some of its designs for what the PlayStation 4 is going to look like. Now, these are some of the specs and designs, or I should say designs, for what the PlayStation 4 is going to look like. But here's the funny thing, is that PlayStation has decided that it's not going to name it the PS4. PlayStation has decided to rename the system, and they have renamed the system to PlayStation Orbis. We should see this October 2013. Now, the great thing is the specs for the system is actually going to be very, very cool. We are looking at memory of 2.5-inch SATA 1, 2, or 3, HDD 1 TB, or 20 to 100 gigabyte SSD, openly upgradable. Standard system is going to be 256 gigabyte hard drive. Guess what? Openly upgradable. HDMI will range from 480p to 1080p. PS3 was 480i to 1080i, so better graphics right out of the box. Backwards compatibility will be for the PS3 network and for PS3 games, so we're going to be able to carry from one system to another and still have good graphics to go with it. Our ports are going to include Ethernet, Wi-Fi, HDMI, so they're giving us the same stuff, only a little bit better. We are looking at online networks still being free. Network Plus, still going to have to pay for it. Price is going to range from $499 to $1,000. Great deal. This is Brian Gannon again, breaking news, PS4.
Hi, I'm Daniel Fournier, and I'm going to be giving you the latest and greatest breakthrough in military technology. Now, drones have been used for aerial reconnaissance and strategic counterattacks. The latest drone is more up close and personal. This is a quadrotor helicopter. Due to the maximum stability given to it by the 4 rotors, it has a wide range of movement and maneuverability. With its ease of vertical and horizontal flight, it's no wonder that the military would want to use this as its new tactical drone. This model shown here has a submachine gun and a built-in self-destruct explosive. Now, the quadrotor drone can be flown by a soldier in the battlefield using a simple touchscreen controller. This model here can hold up to 100 rounds of ammunition and can sustain flight for over 2 hours. This modern marvel of technology is still in the testing phase, but can be found in video games like Ghost Recon and the upcoming game Black Ops 2. This has been another look into military technology that is keeping our soldiers safe on their way home. I'm Daniel Fournier, signing out.
Hello, my name is Becken Duke, and I think the next biggest thing is real-life language translation. Imagine being able to speak to anyone in the world, no matter his or her heritage, accent, or speaking language without even taking a foreign language class. Sounds crazy, right? Wrong. Recently, this past October, Microsoft researchers in China demonstrated exactly this. A man by the name of Rick Rashid spoke standard English into the new technology, and almost in real time, it was able to translate and speak the same sentence but in Mandarin. Amazing, right? Well, that's not all. Not only did the machine translate the sentence into another language almost in real time, but it can do so using the vocal style of the original speaker. So Rick spoke an English sentence into the machine and was able to hear his own voice come back out at him, but in Mandarin. In recent history, people have started to speak to machines in their normal everyday life. For example, technology produced by Apple such as the iPhone 4S. Many people across the world can now turn on their iPhone, ask it a question, and within seconds be answered by the machine. But not everything is perfect, and Siri isn't always right. So you may be asking yourself, if voice recognition isn't 100% foolproof, then how can we depend on it to translate our language into another without making any compromising mistakes? Well, not to worry. Microsoft's trick is to use a novel neural networking system that minimizes word recognition errors into 1 in 7 or 8 compared to the average 1 in 5. That means that the translation engine has a far less chance of messing up a sentence because it is able to break down the sentence and better comprehend its own work. This innovation is just another step in improving the communication of people from different nations so we can share new ideas, concepts, maybe to just better understand one another, or maybe to help become one people.
Here it is, people, the next big thing in technology, the leap motion. The leap motion works as a controller for your computer, which makes the screen 3D-like. It works like an Xbox Kinect. You hold your hand over the leap motion and you move your hand to control your computer. You can play games, you can physically move the screen so that you see different things. It's almost like your fingers are the mouse that you would usually control your computer with. But you can do everything three-dimensionally with your hands. For example, if you want to play a game like Call of Duty, you would hold your hand up like a gun and pull the trigger to shoot the enemy. The leap motion is clearly the next big thing, and it will be the hottest piece of technology to have. So clearly, if you do not buy the leap motion, you will not have the latest and greatest technology. It'll make your life easier. It'll be the best thing for your computer, without a doubt. You will have the time of your life with this machine.